What was that fluke? What? What? What was that from? What was that? What is that? What's 20? Fluke from 6? I'm crazy. I'm fucking crazy, bro. I'm fucking crazy. I was recording. Okay, good. I'm fucking cracked. Fluke from 6? In 4 attempts from 0? Okay. My raw footage is 2 minutes long right now. Oh my, do I even trim it? I might just upload the fucking raw, bro. 4 attempts from 0? Are you kidding me? Fluke from 6? What just happened? Oh god, that's a crazy fluke on this level too. So the beginning is not bad. And the beginning is really straightforward. The 2 dash orbs in the cube are the hard bits. The one in the spider orb, the dash orb in the spider is set up really well. You don't have to worry about that too much. But the 2 dash orbs in the first cube are the difficulty. The rest of it is just make sure you know what spikes you're avoiding. Like if you have to click late on a jump before an orb. You know what I mean? Like there's the one yellow orb you have to jump off the platform before it slightly early to make it over the spike after the yellow orb, right? Just like know that's a thing and you're fine. Like it's not really hard. The drop ship at the very beginning of the drop is actually surprisingly tricky for a few reasons. One, the yellow orb, way more precise than it looks, because of all the shit sticking out of the spikes in the wall. And then also, when you hit the blue portal, you grow in size, and you can grow into the saw below the portal, which happened to me in practice once or twice. So it's just one of those things you have to try to avoid. I'm glad I avoided it. The UFO to follow is pretty okay. You just have to know when to hit some of the orbs. Like some of the blue orbs, you have to hit like what feels like really kind of awkwardly early when you don't know what you're doing. But once you get it down, it's not bad. That UFO is totally fine. The ball to follow is actually pretty tough. The last 2 clicks of that ball are non-trivial. And then the worst part of the level, by a landslide in my opinion, is the transition into the ship it. I think it was 44 after that ball. I think it was 44. Don't quote me on that. But the transition into that ship is horrid. And then it's not helped. So obviously it's bad because it's a blind transition into a ship where you have to control momentum through like a up through like a swingy gap, right? And then you have to read how you handled the transition and save yourself in the down gravity portal. Because you're going to hit that down gravity portal differently every time because it's a blind transition in. Like, it's really not fun. I really do not like that ship. I'm shocked I fluked this level for that reason and that reason alone. For, like, that part existing alone, I am shocked that I fluked the level. Let alone that ship. If I had not died to that ship once from 0, but I spent 700 more attempts from 0, I'd have been like, that's a crazy fluke. Not like, of the level, but, like, I would have been like, wow, that's crazy that I never died to that ship once. It's that hard, right? I'm in shock. The next cube's not bad. The first pink orb is the toughest timing because it's a very tight gap you have to fit through, but it's very manageable. Rest of the cube's really not much to say. The wave is pretty straightforward. It's just like typical wave difficulty, not too bad. The ball after that wave is brutal. The transition in, I had a good audio cue for the click, and there's a decent visual cue as well. There's like a line in the block design, like right there, or like a switch from like 2 different kinds of block designs, like on that block, on the first click of that ball, which you can look for, and it's relatively reliable. I just had a solid audio cue, so I ran with that. The rest of the ball is okay. It's tough ball timings. It's very difficult ball timings, I think, compared to the rest of the level. And then the last click of the ball is when the last little mini ball click is pretty brutal, just because it's very hard to find a visual for that with all the other like visual clutter going on. I found that difficult. It's also just a pretty tight click. The next robot's not too bad. It's not my favorite. I think it was the first jump, whatever jump you like jump through the gap and then land on the blue pad in like the 1 block gap. That jump's pretty tough because you have to like, the way it's set up, you have to like jump up. You have to jump a little more than 1 block high to make it to the blue pad, right? You can't just clear the first spike and be good. Like you have to clear and kind of like go through that first gap. It's trickier than it looks for sure. And then the bit at the end, the yellow orb to 2 green orbs, that's pretty tough because how you do the jump before the yellow orb sets you up for the 2 green orbs differently, and then these 2 green orbs set you up for the next ship differently, and this ship was another pretty brutal choke point for me. Manageable, but again, I totally expected to die to it at least once from 0. It's a tough ship. It's a really tough ship part. And then once you pass that ship, the duel isn't too bad. There's a bug that I'm actually shocked still exists in 2.2. It might be not a thing anymore with if you have the 2.2 changes box checked in the editor. It might only be legacy. But if you dash orb off of a platform in duel, I think only in duel, but maybe also when you're upside down. No, yeah, you can do it when you're upside down too. I know that for a fact, yeah. If you dash off of a block upside down or in a duel, and then before you start, like, really falling too much, like, let go and, like, click, like, really fast, you can still get your jump, or your teleport in this case, off. So you had to really be careful not to do, like, too quick of a regrab when you let go of the dash orb on the one click, or else you would teleport. But then you can't wait too long, because then you land and you teleport, right? So that click is surprisingly more nuanced than you would expect. And then the rest of the level is really straightforward. I had a few deaths in practice where I had a goofy death in practice where I hit that one green orb after the big long dash orb hold and fell, like, through the 2 mini blocks in the next section instead of landing on the first one, which is kind of funny. It's that you can do that. You can also fall through the blocks on the very last blue orb before the final 3 clicks. When you start, like, falling down the 2 staircases or whatever, you can shoot the gap there too, which is just kind of goofy. But I figured that probably wouldn't happen from 0, all things considered. So, God, that's a crazy fluke. That's a crazy fluke. I have no explanation for that fluke. I'm glad I fluked it, because I really didn't want to have to deal with a few terrible transitions in this level. Overall, this isn't too bad. I really don't think this is too bad. It's not stellar. I wouldn't say it's a phenomenal level, but it's not bad. If you can beat stuff significantly harder than this, you can probably do this level relatively quickly. Don't expect a fluke from 6. But you can probably do it relatively quickly. It's not too bad. This attempt count, I will not be taking this attempt count at face value for obvious reasons. 6, bro! Fluke for fucking 6! Ah! I had 4 before today. I think I had 41 attempts before today, and I had 4 in normal mode before today. What just happened? Alright, I'm gonna cut the recording here now. Bye!